forgot to mention in the video, the Discord is now live. Check it down in the description. The Discord is live. You can now join the Rubber Captain ship. We still got some more stuff to put on there, but you know, it started. So you can join now, man. Make sure y'all tap in, get in the Discord so we can cook up some spicy shit, man. Crew, what's good? It's Rubber Captain coming back at you with another video. And today we got another information bomb, you know, coming to y'all boys. So, you know, if you didn't see the last video, we're talking about crafting a competitive PB Luffy list to take to a big tournament. Make sure you go check that video out before you check this one out. So, in the last video, we talked about the top 3 decks of EB02 meta, just according to the East. Like I said, it's, you know, East information is the only thing we can go off of. Who knows what the West will be? But there is one thing guaranteed, that green purple Luffy will be a problem for us in general in EB02. Now, I talked about some tech cards you can use in PB Luffy to help you in that matchup. Now I want to go over why this deck is as strong as it is. So in order to do that, first off, let's just look at a deck list, and I'll kind of go over what makes this deck as strong as it is, and then we'll go over how we can counter it and ways we can improve our list to, you know, better counter this deck. That being said, if you like content like this and you like these information bomb videos, man, make sure you drop a comment down below. And if you're new to the channel, man, hit that like and hit that follow button, where we dropping, you know, content like this all the time. So let's get into it. So we'll go here. There's a flagship store winner right here, went 5-0. We're gonna get into the list and go over what makes this list so strong. So one thing that makes this list so strong, let's just go over the leader effect first off. Activated main, once per turn, Don -2 if the only characters on your field are Straw Hat Crew type characters, set up 2 of your Don cards as active. Then this leader gains 1,000 power to the end of your opponent's next turn. So essentially, this is a 6k lead. Once he starts, you know, abusing his effect, he's going to be a 6k lead, which makes it harder for us as PB Luffy players to swing into him. If you're playing RP Luffy and Pluffy, you'll be fine against this leader, just, you know, running your regular type, you know, deck. Especially RP Luffy, just because you're 6k base anyway, so you'll always be able to play something out and swing into him. The problem with PB Luffy is when we play stuff out, we don't always have that extra Don to maneuver around to swing into him when he does his leader effect. To give you an example, let's just say we got 6 Don, right? The previous turn we played out 2 Ronozoros. The 3 cost 5k. This turn he has a Sanji Pudding on field. I put 1 on leader because I have to, right? I swing into his leader. He's a 6k leader. I swing into his leader. Then I play out my Sanji to KO his Sanji Pudding. Now I have no Don to allocate to either Ronozoro to swing at lead. So we're losing pressure just in that aspect, being a 5k base. Pluffy doesn't have that much problem because they can always take a life to ramp a Don, right? So they can always play with extra Don, and they're spamming out big bodies. Going tall against this leader, you know, is a good counter just in general. So that being said, we're playing PB Luffy. We don't have that luxury, right? So our goal is to remove their Sanji Puddings or whatever they got on board. Try to remove it and, you know, hit it life. Another problem I found playing against this leader is that, you know, they're playing a lot of searchers. So not this guy in particular. He's running 4 of the Nami searchers, which you know, if we go over this card, look at the top 5 from your deck, reveal 1 Straw Hat Crew type card other than Nami, add it to your hand. So this is a top 5 searcher right here, you know, which is going to increase the consistency of his deck, because if you look through this deck, every card besides what one is searchable, right? Only 4 cards out of a 50 card deck is searchable by this Nami. Second, he's playing another searcher. So, we got Zoro here. Look at the top 5 cards from your deck, reveal up to one purple Straw Hat type crew card added to your hand. And the reason they're playing all these searchers is just to search their Sanji Pudding, which is going to increase their consistency and it's going to increase their overall win rate, with this deck. So that's like one of the problems we face. So, and another thing, you kind of can look, they're not playing much counter. Like, they do got like an alright amount of counter, but they're playing all these events and these stages. So, they're going to be lower on counter, right? But they're going to have a big hand size because they're playing this card out, which replaces itself. They're playing this card out, which replaces itself. You know what I'm saying? So they're replacing. They're playing the merry-go, which is the stage, draws a card on play. So they're every like what 12 cards that they're playing out is replacing itself, and that's if they're not playing other searchers on top of that. So I'm gonna go to the sim and just show you the options that they have to play to increase the consistency of their deck, and then I'm gonna go over how we could possibly counter that. So I'll see you at the sim. Alright, crew. So this is what they have at their disposal, and this is what makes this deck so strong. And it's the ability to play this many searchers. So if you look here, we got 4, 8, 16, 20. 20 searcher cards that all search the Sanji Pudding, which is their main starter, right? On top of that, they play stage, or they have the ability to play stage as well, which also replaces itself and draws a card. So they're consistently playing out cards that's replacing themselves, getting their starter, which is allowing them to go wide, because once they establish Sanji Pudding for a couple turns, more than likely they're going to fill the board up. If you can't remove Sanji Pudding within the first couple turns, it's going to get ugly for you really quick. Let's just say that. Especially as a 5K leader. So what PB Luffy is, 5K leader. So that being said, we have to look for options. We can't really combat them as far as consistency wise because, they have a way bigger variety to play than we do. Like, if we play the 4-card Zoro, for example, we wouldn't be able to search our early game removal, which is the Black Sanji, because he only searches purple cards. Now, the law can search the Black Sanji, but then you run into the problem of it searching over your Gum Gum Giants. The when you're at CU Fight Pirates can search the Sanji, right? But then you run into the problem of it's a brick. You know what I'm saying? So you have to kind of pick your poison. At the end of the day, we can't really compete with them in consistency, right? But what we can do is try to focus on cards that can remove. We can increase the consistency that we see cards that remove their body that they need on board. And what bodies am I talking about? I'm talking about their Sanji Pudding, of course, and their 6K Luffy. This is their bread and butter right here. These are the 2 cards you want to remove off board every turn if you can. Which is not realistic to be able to remove them every turn, but you want to increase the consistency that you can remove these cards from board. The problem is with stage, they're buffing this to 7 and they're buffing this to 8, right? Because they get to add 2 costs to one of their characters. They can only do it one time unless they have multiple stages, which is not unrealistic as well because they are playing a shit ton of searchers, and that's not unrealistic. So that being said, sorry. That being said, what we want to do here is show off a couple cards, a couple tech cards that we can play that'll help us out, in black purple to deal with these 2 threats. So I'll see you when I get them cards pulled up for you. Alright, crew. So here we have a couple cards that we could possibly tech in to help us in this matchup specifically, but it also helps in other matchups as well. We have the Ragnarok here. So Ragnarok right away, it's a 5 cost, right? Don -1, which we don't really care about the Don -1 because our leader effect we can't really benefit off this specific card, but we're ramping anyways just based on our leader, right? So we don't really care about the Don -1, especially if it's helping us get rid of their Sanji Pudding, their 6 cost Luffy with stage. You know what I'm saying? So this is a possible option right here to play to increase the consistency because we already know one card we're gonna play, right? Which is our Sanji. So we already got 4 of these in the deck, right? Just to help us deal and increase the consistency of us seeing this card, we have 4. So adding 4 Ragnarok, for example, now you just doubled your chances to see the removal that you need to get rid of their main threat. You know what I'm saying? So this is how you have to look at it. And then you have to put it into testing because the only way you're ever gonna find out if something's gonna work is if you test it. I can't test everything, so if y'all can help me out with this and let me know y'all results, that'd be great. But I do have a spicy build to show you after this, so make sure y'all stay tuned for that and some gameplay as well. Second, we got God Thread here. This is another great card. If they have stage, we don't really benefit from it. As far as like we won't be able to KO their Sanji Pudding with stage, but it does still KO a 5 cost or less, and it also ramps us. So this is also another beneficial card that can help us out right there. But we're not gonna talk too much about this card because a lot of people know about this card more than the other ones. Now we got Brachio Bomber. This is activate main 6 cost card. Kill one of your opponent's characters with 6 costs or less, then add 1 dime from your dime deck and set it as active. So it's another ramp piece right here for 6 dime. Granted, only KOs a 6 or less, but you have that option. It's another card. It ramps you. It's got a trigger to ramp. Set it as active as well. So another possible tech card that we can include in our PB Luffy build. Next, we got a Blackbeard card, which is surprisingly I haven't heard anybody talk about, but as you know, they go wide on the board, right? This KOs a 6 or less and a 4 or less, so you can potentially hit a Sanji Pudding and a Zoro, or the Rush Luffy and a Zoro with 1 card. Great card you can potentially tech in as well. So that's kind of like the less talked about options that we have to increase our consistency of seeing a removal on 5. These are 6, but going second, turn 3, going first, turn 3, same shit. Or really, it really doesn't matter because if you see ramp, then it's going third. I mean, going turn 3, you'll still see this on 6. So either way it goes, we have a way to increase the consistency. Granted, these are bricks, and like I say, PB Luffy, we already are incorporating built-in bricks because of the Rona Zoro being too good for our leader not to play it. The problem is though, the problem in this matchup is that they have a 6k lead when they do their effect. So whenever you establish like a big body, and these Rona Zoros on board don't even get to swing. Because let's say we're on 9 Don. We're on 9 Don. We have 2 Rona Zoros on board, right? They did their leader effect. We play Kaido out, for example. You play Kaido out, KO whatever you can KO, swing in. You only have 1 Don to play with to distribute across your board somewhere, whether it be your leader or your characters. So they're strong in that aspect. If you play a big body, you can't get rid of what you need to get rid of, which they're gonna have a lot of cards in hand, So if you can't get rid of what you need to get rid of, you're not gonna be able to swing much. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. So that's the problem I found out running against this leader. But we do have ways to play around it. Like I said, you can increase your consistency this way, not necessarily searcher wise, but you can play searchers as well if you do want to go to the law. But you do risk searching over your Kaidos, your Gum Gum Giants, which is also removal that's needed against this deck. So you have to pick your poison at that point. There's no definitive way. And if you're going to a big tournament, as you know, we talked about in the video previous, you have to look at all matchups, not just one, right? But you do have to be teched mainly against the top deck in the meta, which, in my opinion, will be green purple Luffy, just based off of the East stats, you know. So that being said, you do have to be teched against that. You also have to be on like low key. You have to be teched against what's good into that matchup too, because people will be playing to counter that matchup, and a great counter against that matchup is red green smoker. So that's another thing a deck you might want to test against once you get your anti GP Luffy build built up. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you play a couple matches of that as well. Now now I'm gonna show you this little spicy build I put together, and you know we cooking somewhere. I'm gonna give you a starting point to check out. This is a removal build. I built this just for y'all. This is probably one of the spiciest removal builds for PB Luffy you'll find out here on the internet. Hey man, we be cooking, you know what I'm saying? We on our Sanji shit. But let's get into the deck profile. Alright crew, so here we go. Here's the spiciest of the spiciest removal builds for PB Luffy right here. I do got gameplay on this build, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But now we're gonna go over what we got. We're playing 4 Zoro. This just increase our ramp consistency, and also, you know, it's a ramp with counter as well, so we like that all day, every day. Black Maria, same issue here. A ramp with counter. Emergency ramp, if not, it's a 2K counter. Great. We're running 3 Sanjis. We had to cut down 1 Sanji to fit our extra spice in, and that's cool. 3 is still a good number. We like it. We love it. Rest down the blocker. 6, you know, with some of our minus, we can rest down even bigger characters if we want to. We got 4 Frankies. Great card, cycles, blocker. We love it. You know what I'm saying? It helps us get to our pieces we need to make sure we can remove them threats on the board. We're running 3 Ronazoros here. As I said, built for this leader. It's kind of hard not to play it. Like, I'm not even gonna cap. Like, kind of hard not to play it. Too good. Running 4 Usohachis. Best 2K counter for purple in the game. I said it. You heard it. We're running 3 Laboons. Now, Boon is a spicy card. Not many people are playing in PB Luffy. But this is essentially just our extra cost of Kuzan. Spoiler warning, we're playing Kuzan. Our extra copies of Kuzan that has counter. So we had to substitute somewhere just to make sure we got a good ratio of bricks to counter, so we're not bricking as much. Running 2 Kuzans, of course. Great card, replaces itself on play. Great card in every matchup besides Blackbeard when it comes to on play, but still good in the Blackbeard matchup as well. Running 3 Surus. Great card, give -2 costs. If we don't have anything to minus, a 2K counter. We're running 3 Ishos. Like I said, they've developed a big hand size. Isho takes care of that problem for us on 8. Not only does that, he's a constant threat. 1 on Isho, they're -3. Completely nullifies their stage. Any of your removal gets rid of them. You know, that's that. Well, I say any removal. You might, spoiler warning, we got Jack. You know, and if you play Jack, you might need to do a little more minusing if you want to get rid of a Sanji Pudding, and they got stage. Let's just say that. But you're gonna remove something, you know, with Isho on the board. Let's just say that. And plus, you know, if they have 6 or more cards, they trash too, which is gonna help us in attacking into their board if we have to. We got 3 one-legged soldier. 2K counter. Also, you may send this character to trash, give one of your opponent's characters -3. No, cost reduction. We love it. And it's a 2K counter. We took out the purple Kados because the black Kado removes a 7, which I told you with stage, their Sanji Pudding will be 7. So we're just we're teching, if you see this build, we're automatically teching assuming they have stage. I want to be able to remove their bodies consistently with stage. That's what this build's for. Like I said, we got Kaido. Not only does it remove a 7, it also makes him trash a card. Get that shit out your hand. We love it. We're running 2 jacks. This is another card they have to worry about when it's on board. It's a pseudo blocker. On top of that, if you have Isho established with Jack, you're KO on a 5 every turn for free. No extra minus needed. You know, no extra minus required. We're running 2 Udas here. This is basically our other low-cost Kuzans. Uda's interesting here because, you know, if we see her going second, play her out on turn 1, they can't kill her by battle with leader effect. I mean, by battle and leader. So, if they don't read your card, they're wasting swings into Uda, you know, and then also she does -2 by resting her. So this helps you early game. If they see stage and you have Uda on board, you can just rest Uda down, nullify their stage effect on whatever character, play Sanji out, KO it. Boom, bam, you know. It's like a puzzle. We got to put the puzzle pieces together. 4 Sanjis, our best early game removal, so we got to play it at 4, and then 4 Gum Gum Giants. So this is the build right here. Let's get into the gameplay, man. But before we do, hey bro, drop that beat. Alright crew, so here we go. The first match against GP Luffy. Let's get it. So we're going second, which we like to go second against this leader. We see our 2-drop Uda, which is nice. We got Kuzan in hand, and we got a Sanji, which is all nice. You know what I'm saying? So we go ahead and play that Uda out on 2. Pass it on up. We take the first hit, you know, aggressively. Swing 5 into our opponent here. It's probably going to be a Kuzan drop. Draw us a little card. Get a 2K counter. We love to see it. See what else he got for us here. So we're set up now. Even with stage, we can remove Sanji Pudding for free with Uda. So, you know, we love it. We love it. Alright, let's see what he does here. He plays out the Sanji Pudding, of course. They always have it on curb. Use the effect. Plays out another Nico Robin. Okay. So he's playing a real defensive build, it looks like. Which also is another searcher as well. I forgot to go over that one in the video. So that's another searcher they have. So 24 searchers. We're going to put 1 down on swing 6 here. No need to swing our Kuzan or do our Uda effect because he doesn't have stage. Play out our Sanji, remove the Sanji Pudding for free. You love to see it, man. Alright, so now our hand's looking a whole lot better with counter. And we also got the Isho. If he doesn't play another Sanji Pudding out, I don't see no problem playing Isho next turn as well. Making him trash 2 cards is never a bad thing. Well, he does have another Sanji Pudding. They always got the second one, man. They always got the second one. It is what it is. But little does he know we got our second Sanji, so hey, we're fine with it. He does a lead performer disaster to ramp 1. Okay. Swing 6 here. Give him a 2K. He passes it up. Perfect. Swing 6 here to test the waters. See if he wants to give us a blocker or what he wants to do. So since he didn't establish a stage, we're probably gonna do 1 on Luffy, 1 on Kuzan. So swing 6 across the board and then play out Sanji, KO the other Sanji Pudding. Now, I mean, you could say I high rolled this game for sure, right? You could be like, man, you high rolled, bro. You seen double Sanji, Kuzan, Uda, like, you know. But we're playing the cards in the deck, so it's a possibility to see the cards. That's why we play them. It's what it is. But don't worry, we got more games. We got more GP Luffy games, man, to show y'all this shit ain't no fluke. Alright, so we swung the Kuzan -4 on the Sanji Pudding just for the hell of it, because why not? And then we play out our Sanji, KO the other Sanji Pudding. 2 Sanji Puddings down, 2 more to go, and he has no way to get them motherfuckers back. We love it. And we still got Uda just sitting here, looking him in his eyes, Looking him in his eyes as we just destroy his board every turn. Just staring him down, smiling and giggling and shit. Like, you know, even if you play your stage, you still ain't gonna do shit. I know, ain't that right, Uda? Tell him. Tell him, big Uda. Yeah, she just sitting on the board there menacingly, you know what I'm saying? Just sitting there looking him in his eyes and shit. Hey, what you gonna do about me, homie? Even if you swing into this Kuzan, I'm still here. Let's see what he does, man. He's taking a little minute. Let me fast forward a little bit. Cause this guy fell asleep for a second there. Okay. What are you doing, buddy? He got his leader sideways. Did he swing at me or what? Did he swing? Okay. So he did swing at me. I just counted out of it. Alright, cool. He plays a little blocker Sanji here. He doesn't have another Sanji put, and that's unfortunate for him. Well, guess what? He's got 6 cards in hand, so you know what time it is. Isho, make him trash 2, swing 6. I didn't realize he didn't use his leader effect here. We could have swung 5. But we're trying to get this blocker out of him anyway. This 6 drop blocker. We don't want him to get no free blocks here. Not if we can help him. So swing 6, and then probably put 1 on lead, swing another 6. And we chilling, man. It was a 2K, okay. He does not want to turn these blockers sideways, which is, you know, dangerous considering we're playing removal, but maybe he hasn't learned his lesson. Maybe he doesn't know what Isho does. Or maybe he just doesn't realize we got King Kaido in the hand. I don't know. But you know, everybody knows the Black Kaido's King Kaido, man. Like, come on. You trashing your life. We trashing your board. And making you trash your hands. We just taking your shit. You know, pretty much. That's what King Kaido does. He just walks in your house. You know, wait. He don't walk in your house. Let's say that right. He kicks in your front door. Walks in your house. You know, casually. Like he didn't just kick your shit in. And makes you trash your life. Makes you trash your life, man. Essentially, that's what he's making you do. Because he's making you trash a card that you might have been able to counter out with. And, you know, you giving us that life. So, he played out a Rush Luffy here and then played out a little 3-cost event to buff him plus 6k. I guess. You know, it is what it is. You definitely should swing at board here. I mean, you only got... Yeah, he just gave up, bro. He did the Luffy effect. I don't know why. Yeah, he... Like, come on now. We just take both of those. Like, what are you gonna do then? Swing with leader. Gum Giant, the cycle for the hell of it. Yeah. He just quit there. You know, it is what it is. But maybe that game was a fluke, man. Maybe it was. I don't know. Let's show you another one. Let's get on to the next game, crew. Alright, crew. We got instantly matched up with another GP Luffy here. Let's see what we got. So, like I was saying, you know, cards you want to look for, your Sanjis, of course, your Kuzans, your Udas. You don't really care about ramp. If you see it, it's a plus, but you don't care about it. So here, we just gonna swing 6, you know what I'm saying? Over talking like I'm on the Sinners movie, bro. Weezer gonna swing 6 here. Play out our Zoro's. And now we just looking at his face. So he doesn't have a Sanji pudding here. He didn't reveal a Sanji pudding off his surge. So that's a plus all the way around. We got some KO in hand, so we're gonna go ahead and discard our Frankie here for the free. Put 1 on Zoro, swing 5, probably put 1 on lead, swing 6, play out Sanji, KO to Zoro. We're not letting you keep shit on board. That's how this gonna go. right? We playing Lucci games here. We're not playing with you, man. We're playing Lucci games. He plays out another Zoro and says, you know what? Hey, you want to get rid of one, get rid of another one. I'm like, alright, bet. He swings 7 at us here, and you know, he's cooking. We're on 9 Don, but it's like, Swing 5, see if we can get a card out of hand. He takes. He's looking for that Sanji pudding. He's looking for that thing. Swing 6 here, we get a 2K. Play out Isho, make him trash 2 cards. We get an Electrical Luna and a 2K out of hand. We'll take it. He does find the Sanji pudding, unfortunately. You know, it is what it is. Now he's going wide on our ass. Pause. He plays a fucking Rush Luffy on top of it. Swings 8 at our Sanji here. We're not gonna let that fly, especially now when we got the Gum Gum Giant to save it. Cool. Give him a 2K here for the attack. We'll take this one, you know what I'm saying? There we go. He uses stage, but you know, to no avail because we used the Gum Gum Giant. He should have used the stage before we used the Gum Gum Giant, but he didn't, so it is what it is. So, we got another Sanji here, by the grace of God. Let's see what we do. We swing 9 over 7 to test the waters first. We want to see if he wants to get rid of some cards in hand. Guess what? He does. He's like, I got plenty of counter. I'll get rid of everything. Alright, bet. Say less. Say less. To be honest, the more I play this deck, I'm thinking you could probably cut some of the Zorojoros and play like possibly Brooks or even the 3-cost Navy motherfucker, Kobe. Just to get that extra KO if you want it once you get Isho established. But you know, we're still testing. So we put 3 on Sanji here, swing another 2K over that Luffy. After we KO their Sanji pudding, and he's in the same state he was before. Like it looked like he just started his whole turn over. You know? He plays Luffy Taro into a Nico Robin. I'm like, okay, this guy's just trolling now. He's just trolling me now. He ain't got no respect for what I got on board. I'm like, alright, bet. Say less. He swings 7 into life here. I'm like, alright, I'll take that. Sure, why not? Swings 8 into life. I'm like, alright, I'll give you 2 2Ks. For the hell of it. I'm like, alright, bet. You know what? We finna clear his entire board. So he's got 2 cards in hand. So I can safely swing 6 twice and either get both those cards in hand. We'll find out. And the blocker, potentially. So we swing 6. He gives us the blocker there. He draws into a Sanji pudding. Hey, that's not counter. Swing 6 into 6 again. Because he did give us the blocker for a 6K attack. Which lets me know he probably doesn't have counter in hand. He gives me a Gum Gum Giant. I'm like, alright, bet. Alright, bet. Play out the Kaido. You know, we done did him the worst way. Trash the Luffy Taro. Make him get rid of his 4th Sanji pudding. Swing 9 into 6. He gives us another Gum Gum Giant and goes down to fucking 2. This man is a diabolical. So he thinks he's gonna kill us with 4 Don and 1 open Don. We're gonna say, okay, go ahead, kill us. Never mind, we're just playing. You lose. GG's. You know? Oh, it wasn't his 4th Sanji pudding, it was his 3rd. He had the 4th one in hand. There you go. But if he'd have played that out, we would have got rid of that shit too. Cause why not? You know, why not? The world's our oyster right now. Let's get on to the 3rd match, man. Maybe that shit was a fluke too. I don't know. You let me know in the comments below if it was a fluke. Alright, crew. This is the 3rd and final match of GP Luffy. You know, with this spicy ass removal build I give y'all boys. Or I gave y'all boys. I don't know why I said give. Speaking of which, you know, I appreciate all the recent support we've been getting, man. Hey, we've been growing. The channel's been growing, man. Exciting things are coming. And if you know any YouTubers out there that you like to watch, any One Piece tubers, tell them to hit me up, man. And let's get a collab going. I'm down for some collabs, man. I want to make some collab videos, some fire ass shit, like where we throw a deck together in 30 minutes and face off, you know what I'm saying? Best of 3 type shit. If you know anybody out there that wants to accept that challenge, man, tell them Rubber Captain put the challenge out to come grab it, man. You know, we trying to do different things out here, man. We trying to be different. I hit him with the question mark because, you know, he's thinking about his life choices right now in the middle of our match, and I'm like, bro, we ain't got time for that shit. I'm recording right now. Let's go. I tell him, you gotta pass, bro. Like, you know, you alright? I think he's trolling because he named himself GP Luffy, but I'm bad, and I don't think that's what it is. I think he's just fucking trolling, which, you know, is cool. Troll if you want, man, but not while I'm recording. Now I'm taking this shit personal. Swing 8K to your fucking mouthpiece. Cool. That's nice. Got the Sanji, we got the Isho, we looking nice, but this man's got stage. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't gonna forget to use his stage. I'll tell you that much right now. Use his stage. Plays out another stage, uses another stage. He just buffed his fucking Sanji putting a 9 cost. And I'm like, is that really necessary, my guy? I guess it is, I guess it is. He was smart to do that. He was smart to do that because we would have been on 7. We could have played out our fucking Suru, 1 on lead. You know, he was smart. He played it smart. That's cool. So right here, we're just gonna go ahead and cycle. Probably get rid of this Jack. Not really smart getting rid of our other KO'er, but I think Isho hitting his hand size will be more beneficial to us. That's why we made the choice we made. And plus, we're gonna play out this Laboon as well, which is another plus. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Now we don't have to worry about that fucking stage. We got Laboon on board, and we know they can't get rid of Laboon. That man is like a thorn in their side that they just can't get rid of. Like, you know, a thorn in the bottom of an elephant's foot. Like, he can't get that shit out himself. You know, he needs help. It's all cool though. It's all cool though. This man's playing out all the sauce, man. Sanji Puddin, Rush Luffy. I feel like we're in a fucking movie on Rewind. This is the 3rd time we've seen this setup, right? Am I wrong? Did we not see this setup? Oh yeah, no, not the first game, because the first game I was just taking everything off board. Cool, cool, cool. Second game we definitely seen this setup. Swinging 7 at us here. He's using his effect already because, you know, he's got big balls and shit. I'm like, alright, cool. I'll block out of that one and take that one. We down to 1 life. And we're like, alright, bet. Bet, I like that. The man got like 9 cards in hand. I'm like, okay. We're in a sticky situation here. So we're gonna use Laboon to minus the Sanji Puddin that he buffed +4 again for the 2nd time. So he's seen all 4 stages. That's nice. Yeah. We're gonna swing 6 in here and test the waters after we KO his Sanji Puddin. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna let him know. He takes the hit. So I'm like, you can't be that bricked up, right, my guy? So we swing 6 at life here. We're gonna leave 2 open dying. That way we know he can't kill us because he's only on 5 dying. Let's see what he does here. He swings 5 at us. I'm like, alright, bet, that's cool. Swings 10 at us here. I'm like, buddy, have you not heard of Gum Gum Giant? He uses the effect. If we get out of this, he knows he's cooked. And then we just do Usohachi there. And he swings at Laboon. I thought about Gum Gum Giant and to say the Laboon, but it wasn't no point. He was cooked either way. If you look at his hand here, he left no open Don, so he literally got 3 2Ks and a 1K. So he's got 7K counter power. 2 on Ronazoro, that's 2 cards. 2 on Sanji, or 2 on lead, that's 7K over, that's 2 cards. That's all 4 of his counter cards, and then the rest on Sanji and his GGs. You know, simple mathematics. Simple mathematics, man. I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe his back was against the wall, or he felt like he wasn't gonna be able to keep shit on board. I don't know, with that Laboon sitting there. Who knows? Who knows what this man was thinking? But I do know what he wasn't thinking. He wasn't thinking he was finna play a PB Luffy list with fucking Laboon and, you know, and all the removal in the world. But he did, man. Let's get back to the deck profile and talk about it. Alright, crew. So this is the list where we had it right now. Jack really hasn't came up yet, but I know he can come up, especially in like the Dolphy matchups and shit like that. So he's staying. I would like to get possibly 2 more Kados in somewhere, some way, somehow, but we got to figure that out for sure. I don't want to go up too many bricks. So you know, we're gonna do some more testing for sure, and then when we get an updated list, we'll definitely drop that video for y'all boys. You know how we do, man. We stay cooking, we stay in the kitchen with it. That's for sure. And if you'll be catching the live streams, man, hey, you're a real one. If you've been missing out on the live streams, the only way you can really catch the live streams now is if you're a member. You know, speaking of which, now that we brought up our members, let's bring up our member page before we close out here. Shout out to the only soldier we have on the channel right now, Miguel, man. You know, he's the only real soldier right now. You know, y'all are soldiers in the crew, right? Look at y'all subscribe. Like, I gotta give y'all credit for that, because that helps your boy out, you know, immensely. But your boy Miguel took that extra step. He walked the fucking plank, and he jumped off his old ship and got on our new ship, man. Now he's on the 1000 Sunny, and we just sailing across seas type shit, man. Speaking of which, Miguel, I'm still waiting on you to hit me in my private business email, you know, so I can send you that custom leader card, man, because I'm doing a giveaway for official crew members every month, you know, for custom leader cards, man. So hey, make sure you hit me up. But yeah, like I said, I would like to get a couple more Kados in here, you know, definitely for sure. And I appreciate all the recent support we've been getting, man. I really do. I will still be doing a giveaway for my regular people now. Don't get it twisted, you know. Stay tuned for that. And as I mentioned in the beginning, the Discord is now live. It's a dead Discord server right now, okay? We're gonna get it popping eventually. Don't trip. I just wanted to have, you know, we gotta get people in there first for sure. Once I get people in there and get mods and shit, and if you're interested in being a modder for Rubber Captain, man, you want to be a part of that, you know, a part of history, hey, join the Discord, send me a message, let me know, hey man, I'm interested in being a moderator, whatever. We'll make it happen, man. We don't call it mods over there. You'll find out when you get in what we gonna call you, man. But yeah, that's for sure. I think that's gonna be it though. That's enough rambling on, man. Test the Decklist out for yourself. Let me know what you added, what you removed, how you like it. Is it consistent? We just beat 3 GP Luffys in a row with it, so hey, consistent enough for me. I mean, you know, you do got to see the Sanjis, of course, to help out, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, you know, life goes on, man. I'll catch y'all boys in the next one, man. Peace.